I'm Jim,
I'm Alex.
and we love biogeometry
Why do we love biogeometry?
because it's an applied science that allows us to more directly experience and interact with the natural world around us.
Right, to make it healthier and safer for all living beings.
Exactly. We invite you to join us.
To learn to master your world.
She means world. Hi, we're back. I'm Jim.
Hi, Alex.
She's Alex. Okay, we're working on this. We're actually going to work on show you how to test for polarity today. Polarity is very important. Positive, negative. We'll use it. You will use it for energy direction, and you'll actually use it to help check what you're doing in other areas. So let's start. The great thing is it's very easy. It's easy to show people with this, and we start with a battery. You can use AAA, AA, a D, a C, not a 9 volt, but one of these. And the first thing is, just like we talked about last time, after you've made sure you're not wearing anything, nothing's crossed, you're breathing, you're hydrated, you sit down, you're calm, and you take your pendulum, you put it over your finger, coil it into your hand, your string, which is really an antenna, an extension of your energy field. And you'll start with maybe an inch. And start going with the search position. Again, that's a neutral position that we always start with. It's back and forth. You're not going to spin it. And you'll be about 2 inches over the battery. And you'll start to drop it down slowly using your thumb and forefinger, as you can see here. And at some point, you should be able to, as you connect with the battery's positive pole, you'll get a clockwise spin. The positive side of the battery will always cause the pendulum to spin clockwise. The negative side will always cause it to spin counterclockwise. So in this case, it looks like Alex has found the positive side of the battery and made a connection with herself. And let me just cut in, whether it's polarity testing you're doing or personal wavelength, you want to work on finding the sweet spot. So yep, it's great to connect with the battery or the object you're testing, but once that pendulum starts to spin, that's kind of the beginning. From there, you want to probably extend that string or chain 1 to 3 millimeters. We'll make it longer. And somewhere in that range, you'll really notice the pendulum connect better and spin faster. And that's where the sweet spot is. If you overshoot it, which we tend to do in the beginning, everyone does, just reel in some of the string and calibrate again. It's easy. It just takes a second. What you can also do to test now, well, let's test the negative side without moving the string. Once it's set, you have your polarity, it feels strong. You should be able to turn it over. And if you've got it calibrated correctly, you'll get a counterclockwise spin on the negative side of the battery, which looks like that's what she's done here. And for something that's kind of fun, you can lay the battery flat on its side, start in the middle, and you should have that neutral search position. It will just go back and forth because it's in the middle of positive, negative. But once you move it over, it's going to start to change direction. And once you move it back the other way, you might be a little closer to the battery. That's good. And move it over to the left, you should see it start to change and go counterclockwise. It's a great demonstration showing how this works. It's also good for later testing, so you want to learn to get comfortable with this. And batteries, even if they're dead, they always have that magnetic field they're producing. Probably pretty dead. I never found one that didn't have a field around it. A lot of times in the beginning, people seem to have more trouble testing for negative as opposed to positive. So you'll get a positive spin, right, on the positive side, and you'll turn it over and work on the negative and nothing happens. Either you get the same back and forth motion, or maybe even you'll get a positive. That means either your string length is not calibrated properly, you could have actually calibrated to the object and not the magnetic field it's producing. The other reason is sometimes we have energy blocks. There might be something going on that that prevents us from hooking into the negative field. Part of that is this is new. Again, we haven't used this kind of energetic muscle, our own skills and abilities. So it takes a little practice. They need to be developed. That's why we recommend doing this every day. You can even keep a small battery with you during the day. Take it out on your desk, give it a test, smile at the people walking by when they look at you funny, and get comfortable with it. Make sure you got that negative going and the positive, and you're going to be off to a great start with then doing further testing on personal wavelengths and other things that we're going to talk about. Anything to add?
Everything is great.
Everything's great.
Thank you.
You heard it. Thanks.